So Shannon Sharpe is being accused of sexual assault, not just sexual assault, but Grape twice. She's accusing him of it of twice. So this is really bad. Now, apparently the girl is this 20-year-old OnlyFans girl, and Shannon's 54, she's 20. So like there's like you could say probably maybe a tip of a power dynamic because of the age or something like that. But apparently Shannon had originally offered her $10 million to just keep quiet about it and to just settle, but she didn't even want to take that. Apparently, that's what her lawyer is saying, Tony Busby. Um, and yeah, she's saying that he raped her twice, and then Shannon responded to this actually, and he said in a video I'm about to show y'all right now. Blah, 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 blah. I'm about to show y'all right now. He said this.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine.
Stereotype meaning big black guy, small white woman. Apparently, she alleges that he choked her, like allegedly. So could you imagine seeing Shannon Sharpe, his big black ass, choking this woman and effing her? Yo, that's gonna look like a crazy thing to see visually. So
that video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup, coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans. To my family, friends,
So that's his response to what's going on, right? And I'll be honest with you, if that video comes out of Shannon Sharpe pounding this woman and choking her out, it's gonna look bad for him. I'll be honest with you. 30-second video, holy. And here's the thing: Shannon can't release that video himself because it would just be like revenge porn or something like that, right? I'm pretty sure it would be. So he's not gonna release a 10-minute video of him and her. He's not gonna do that. You can't do that without consent, but she can do that to him and release a little clip because she's suing him for assault. So it's gonna look really bad. I'll be honest with you. If that video comes out, if they release that video, it's gonna look bad. There was more to. Apparently, this is a audio of Shannon Sharpe allegedly threatening to strangle her. And let's listen. This is my first time listening to it.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm gonna fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like.
So he said that. Definitely not good audio. Why was she recording him? That's my question. And is that even legal in her state? What the hell? So that makes it seem like it's a setup, right? It makes it seem like she's setting him up if she's just recording phone calls. But apparently, a counsel to Shannon released some texts. One of the texts is, I want you to allegedly, I want you to put a dog collar around my neck and choke me with it while you're effing me. That's apparently what she said October 7th, 2023. Apparently this relationship lasted 2 years. She says, I know you missed this big juicy ass, 25K for each cheek. She's crazy. Yo. Yeah. So there's more. Here's some more text. Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me. Text from Gabrielle to Shannon, November 23rd, 2023. I want to put my tongue in your ass and then marry you. Text from Gabrielle, January 12th, 2024. That's my daddy. I want you to put a big black baby in me. I want you to put a big black baby in me. Apparently, Shannon is just cool with that. That text from her. Text from Gabrielle, August 6th, 2024. You better crave it because you're going to be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me. Now, why does she keep saying put a big black baby in me? Like, why does she keep saying that? Oh my God, man. Like, this little, it's not like a fetish to me. It's just, oh my God. Apparently he's okay with that. So, just, whatever, bro. Like, apparently she's just okay with that. Woman claims Shannon Sharpe allegedly became abusive after she caught him cheating on live with Michelle. Allegedly, he raped her anally. So remember, I don't know if you guys remember last year when Shannon, it was like some leak audio of him he was on Instagram Live and he was having, smacks, and we could all hear it. Apparently she found out that he was cheating on her with the girl Michelle. And apparently Shannon was telling this 20-year-old that he's loyal to her and that's his girlfriend. Yo, attention men, stop telling women you're going to be loyal to them. You know you're not loyal, and he's damn sure not loyal. Shannon is in his 50s, not married. Like, stop telling women you're going to be loyal. You're not going to be loyal. You know you're not going to. You need to be, like, men need to start being honest and upfront so things like this won't happen. She probably even feels even more scarred because she feels like, damn, this guy cheated on me. Like, you got to stop telling women that you're going to be loyal to them and you're not going to be. It's a lie. It would solve so many problems if men were just honest and be like, yo, I'm not monogamous. I want to smash chicks while I'm with you in a relationship. That might sound crazy to you, but it's the truth. Yeah, so that's what it's been so far. There's definitely more. This is what Tony Busby said, and this is the lawyer of the woman, right? He said, on the one hand, Mr. Sharpe and his lawyers claim that the case filed by Jane Doe is meritless, which is Gabrielle, the woman accusing Shannon. Yet on the other hand, they now have disclosed that Mr. Sharpe offered Jane Doe $10 million in writing not to file her lawsuit. That is a true statement. Jane Doe was in fact offered $10 million to settle, but rejected that offer. So she rejected the $10 million, choosing instead to proceed with litigation. Sharpe team is now trying to discredit and dox her. Sharpe and his team are now, as anticipated, also attacking me. We're not going to be deterred by these tactics. So it's crazy. So if y'all believe this, that she refused the $10 million, I think that's crazy. $10 million for 50, and you think you're going to win the case? I mean, if you really think you're going to win it, go ahead. But he's saying she refused. So this whole situation is crazy, bro. Like, this whole situation is crazy. Apparently Charlemagne said something too, because about the age thing, right? Because Shannon's 54, the girl's 20 years old. They met when she was 19. So Charlemagne has something to say about it. Let's see what he says about it. And he's,
But that's not against the law because she was of age. So even though she was 19, that's not against the law.
This is a very, very messy situation. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I have no idea why a 54-year-old man is dating a 19, 20-year-old. I know y'all like to be out here bragging about smashing these young things, but that's not a flex to me. You 54 years old, you should be laid up with your wife and kids, taking your cholesterol medicine, minding your damn business. We need discipline and stability. That's. I ain't talking about just Shannon. I'm just talking about all of us in general. Men need discipline and stability. Find you one woman and settle your ass down, okay?
I agree with you, but it's not against the law. As long as the person's over a certain age, it is not against the law. So legalities, that's not against the law.
I'm with you.
It don't feel right, but for himself, it's not against the law.
I'm with you. I'm just saying a 54-year-old man is supposed to be laid up with his wife and kids somewhere. Hell, maybe even have a couple of grandkids. I don't want to be chasing no young girl.
Because what are the conversations like? What are the conversations? If I'm 54 and you 20.
That's what I thought about. Like, what do y'all even talk about?
I don't agree with
signs
it. But that's not against the law because she was of.
So basically, Shannon's like, Charlamagne's like, yo, we need discipline, y'all. Y'all need discipline, y'all. Like, you're chasing a 19, 20-year-old. You need discipline. Also, when Monique said something about it, we're going to look at that clip because she said something to the effect before this happened. So we're going to look at that. But, yeah, I'll be honest with you. I kind of agree with Charlamagne. Like, why are you chasing a 19, 20-year-old? What's the goal of this? Like, you're not going to be together forever. You're definitely not marrying her because you don't believe in marriage. You're in your 50s, so you definitely don't believe in marriage. And obviously it's not illegal, as Envy was saying.
Signs of a stroke.
But all I'm going to say is when you see all these white people do it, Leo DiCaprio, Seinfeld, Hugh Hefner, Joaquin Phoenix, John Mayer, when they date young girls, nobody says anything. I'm not saying it's right, but it's not against the law.
But I saw Shannon on with Andrew Schultz, and he was just talking about all of the ways he avoids situations like this. I don't know if y'all saw that part of the conversation. How he don't even want to be on the elevator with a woman and stuff like that. It's the same thing with this. A lack of discipline and stability can increase the chances of a situation like this happening. You're 54 years old, a 19-year-old, 20-year-old.
No, you're right.
It's like, come on. If you're going to be that disciplined with everything else, you got to be disciplined all across the board.
But you know what's going to happen now? You're going to see more than one accuser start popping out now.
Well, I hope not.
But that's what usually happens.
Yeah.
One accuser is suing for $100 million. There's gonna be another girl that's gonna be like, "Well, it happened to me too. I need 20." Then another one's gonna come. I need 10. That's what you're gonna see. I hope not too.
Signs of a stroke.
But all I'm gonna say is,
he might have more accusers come out. Envy's right on that.
I would hope not.
I hope he didn't do this, but that's what you more likely to see.
That's what we've seen in the past.
And why wouldn't you wait till he signed his podcast deal?
Because we don't know nothing about no.
She might not have put it out last week. They just put the announcement out last week.
Did you see these text messages? In this statement, these alleged text messages, this woman said she wants a big black baby put in her. She ain't waiting on nothing.
I don't know.
You want a big black baby?
She said it twice. They included these text messages that show the nature of their consensual sexual relationship.
So she not black either.
Nope, she white.
So once again, Dr. Umar when you need her. Y'all gonna learn.
I'ma just say
I am totally against it.
I would hope not.
Yeah, she said she want a big black baby put in her twice. How are you okay with that? Like,
against it.
Oh my God.
Even in sinners, y'all ain't. That's what you know. What
they were role playing and everything according to the statement, but he says it was all consensual. So this video, I don't know, it could look kind of crazy, but
young girls. Not black. Once again, we need discipline and stability because when you don't have no discipline and stability, it increases the chances of situations like this happening.
Is the woman white? Do we know if the woman is white or if she's Latino or what? I
haven't confirmed that, but I can. But
against it.
Oh my.
Yeah, so that's that. It's a bad all around situation. Monique's has something to say about it too. So that's. But here's the thing: she's had something to say before this happened. So she told Shannon, "I'm gonna let y'all hear what Monique said." Which is like,
26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I do. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I do. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You trying to hang out with these young bitches and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. 26.
Hey, this clip is gonna forever be in Shannon's head, yo. She tried to warn him. You don't need a 20-something-year-old. You don't need a 30. Get you a 50-something-year-old. Settle down. He's like, I need them. I need the 20-year-old. And yes, the caption says she really tried to give him some game, and he sat there giggling. Now look, now you're facing $1 million lawsuit, which is crazy. Shannon. Personally, do I believe it? I'm telling you what I believe. I don't think that Shannon raped this woman. This woman was asking Shannon to put a big black baby in her, and she wanted in text messages she liked like aggressive sex, assault sex. I mean, you could call it. I mean, I wouldn't call it assault, but she liked some BDSM type ish. So personally, I don't think he raped her. I do think she sees that like, hey, you just got $100 million deal announcement. I want some of that, and she's like, yo, give it to me. And she got some text messages that can kind of corroborate, hey, this guy was an abuser, and she got a sex tape to say, hey, this guy was choking me out and effing the shit out of me. He's a big black guy. And in one thing, I don't know if y'all saw, but she said she was intimidated by his body. Like she was intimidated by the way he's set up. And I'm like, you were dating him for 2 years. He's been set up for like, he'd been set up like that for years. And you were dating him for 2 years. So she's kind of like going into the stereotype of, oh, the big black scary guy. Because she said his body structure intimidated her. Which is crazy because she was dating him for 2 years. All of a sudden, he's intimidating. You see that? Which is a very known white woman thing to do. So we'll see. But yeah, she's doing that white woman thing. Oh, his body is intimidating me. The way his body is set up is intimidating me. Because, Shannon's a big, black, buff guy. So she said that. But the thing is, ma'am, you were dating the guy for 2 years. So she's following to the stereotype of how this looks. Like, oh, I'm a little white woman. He's a big black guy. So we're going to see how this plays out. But he's definitely paying her something. Whether it's 10 mil or 50 mil, Shannon is paying this woman something. Let's move on to a different topic, though. That's all I got to say about that. Did y'all hear about what Trump is trying to do? I don't know if y'all heard what Trump is trying to do, man. It's bad, man. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. So they're apparently upping the ante of collecting these tax refunds. I know y'all remember when Biden got some people, they had like 20K in debt of these college loans, right? And Biden got rid of some of that. I know somebody on Facebook that got that shit wiped, right? But here's what's happening now.
In other news, the Trump administration has announced we will put an end to Joe Biden's illegal student loan bailout attempts. No student loan has been referred to collection since March of 2020. That comes to an end. On May 5th, the Department of Education will resume involuntary collections for borrowers with defaulted federal student loans. The student loan portfolio controlled by the federal government is nearly $1.6 trillion. But fewer than 4 out of 10 borrowers are in repayment. This is unsustainable, unfair, and a huge liability for American taxpayers. Debt cannot be wiped away. It just ends up getting transferred to others. So why should Americans who didn't go to college or went to college and responsibly paid back their loans pay for the student loans of other Americans? The Trump administration will never force taxpayers to pay student loan debts that don't belong to them. Student loan borrowers need clarity, and we're finally giving it to them. Borrowers will now be clearly expected to repay their loans, and those who default on their loan obligations will face involuntary collections. The government can and will collect defaulted federal student loan debt by withholding money from borrowers' tax refunds, federal pensions, and even their wages. America is $36 trillion in debt. We must get our fiscal house in order and restore common sense to our country. If you take out a loan, you have to pay it back. It's very simple. President Trump will not kick the can down the road anymore. In other news, the Trump...
So if you took out a student loan and you know how Biden was trying to hey, at least push it for the future or just get rid of it or something like that, Trump is about to up the ante. And I know you can't afford eggs. I know you can barely afford to feed yourself. You have a bunch of rent you got to pay. You got to pay for transportation. You got to pay for your car. You got to pay your car payments. You got to pay for what you wear, your sneakers. You got to pay for entertainment. And you pretty much got to pay for everything in life. But here's what we're going to do. I know the prices of eggs are not down. But I'm going to make sure you pay back these student loans, which is basically what Trump is saying. Here's a quote. The government can and will collect default federal student loans debt by withholding their tax refunds, federal pensions, and even their wages. So they're going to go into, you're getting paid from your job. He's probably going to take a good 30% out of that. You already getting taxed, but now you really gonna pay that student loan back. You're gonna take a good 30% out of your check, right? So that's what he's doing, and I just like, bruh, like people are already struggling. It's horrible. Like it's not a good look to me, but hey, this is what people voted for. So you know, yeah, I already know my position on voting. Shouldn't have voted at all. It's better to not vote. That's a way bigger statement to not vote than to vote at all, in my opinion. But this is what it is, and this is what Trump's doing. I personally don't like it, but this is what's going on. Definitely not the vibes. I got one more topic we could look at, guys. One more topic. It's a crazy one too. I'll be honest with you. It has to do with the Christians. It has to do with the Christians. It has to do with them. Oh, before we even get to the Christians, we're going to get to back to Trump actually. I don't know if you guys heard, but Trump is offering women $5K to have babies. I swear to God, I'm not making this up. And when I say women, I mean white women. When Trump says he wants more births, anytime you hear our government say they want more births, they're not talking about black people. They're not talking about Hispanics. They're damn sure not talking about Latinos. They're talking about white women. Because globally, white people are the minority on planet Earth. And their numbers are shrinking even more globally. Not just here in America, but Sweden, UK, France. Their numbers are shrinking globally. And they don't really like that. It's another reason why we have racism because of that reason. But that's another conversation for a different day. So when your government says, hey, we want more births, they're not talking about black people. They're not talking about Latinos. They're damn sure not talking about anyone who is not white. Okay? He means 100% white women. But white women currently are having too many abortions, which is, that why the abortion laws got passed for state to state and not on a federal level. And they don't like that. And when white women do push babies, because we're integrated now, sometimes it's a brown baby, which lowers their birth rate even more. Right now, white people's birth rate is in decline. They are not having enough babies. White women are not pushing out enough white babies. Okay, globally, white people are the minority, and they are shrinking in numbers more and more every day. Okay, so it says, according to New York Times, the brain. Oh, I'm dead. One of the proposals is giving women a baby bonus, one payment of $5,000 after they give birth. So after you give birth, you get $5,000. Another policy calls for government-funded educational programs to educate women about their menstrual cycles so they can better understand when they are ovulating and ovulating and able to conceive. Draft executive orders have already been sent for consideration that would bestow a national medal of motherhood to mothers with 6 or more children. So that's his solution. Trump's solution for white women to have more babies is $5,000 after they give birth. First off, $5,000 for a whole human being is not enough. You need way more than that. You need payments every month. You also gonna need health care. You also gonna need a babysitter. You also gonna need a nanny, in my opinion, right? Like $5,000 is nothing. That's really nothing. Some people get that when they get taxes. So there's women with 2-3 kids that get $5,000 when they get their taxes. So $5,000 is not enough. So yeah, like they're not gonna white women are not about to be like, yeah, we're gonna have more babies because Trump is offering us $5,000. No, they're not gonna do that. They're gonna say this economy sucks, y'all suck, and we're not having kids because of this. So yes, globally, as white people, we're gonna keep decreasing in numbers. They're already. I don't know if y'all know this, but white people aren't even Europeans. They're not even a billion on the planet. There's not even over 900 million of them. They're really the minority of planet Earth. So Trump thinks this 5,000 after birth is going to make white women want to have more babies. And I think white women are going to reject this. I think white women are not going to be like, yeah, I'm going to have a baby for a one-time payment of $5,000. Thanks, Trump. Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do that at all. But yeah, when Trump says he wants more births, he is not talking about black people, not Latinos, and definitely not no damn um, anything. Anything other than white. When he says this, he means white, white, white. He does not mean black people, and he does not mean anyone else. White people are in decline right now, and they are aware of this. I do have one. The one I wanted to talk about. The other topic, guys. It was something. We already looked at the Monique thing. It was something else. Damn. Lil Uzi, no, it was something else. That Joe guy got married. I don't know if you guys know that Exotica guy. Let me see. We are not talking about that, man. Where's the topic? F. Let me find it in the meantime. Let me find it. It's a good topic. It's about a Christian woman who apparently lets her man have side chicks. And I think it's a good topic, you know. I think it's a great topic, actually. I'm trying to find it though. Let me see if I can find it on my phone and maybe just send it that way, because I'm trying to find it, I can't find it. And it's a good topic. Apparently, she lets him have side chicks, and like, apparently, this is a part of God's plan or something like that. See if I can find it. I think I saved it though, but I'm trying to find it, but damn, I can't find it. And I just saw the report on it too. And it's, yeah, apparently she just lets him have side chicks, which is like, okay, I mean, that's cool. I don't know if it's part of God's plan, but like, it's just funny to me, like, personally, like, you know, like, these religions are false teachings, in my opinion. They're not the truth. They're like caricatures of real spirituality, just fake and for the public. Um, they're not real, you know. All these gods are very judgmental, want to burn you in fire for some reason. I just find it to be bad, but that's just me though. There we go. I found it, guys. Okay, I found it. There we go. Finally. So this is the story. This is the story. Kelly Steele, a pastor's wife, says God gave her the grace to iron her husband's clothes for his side chick. She's ironing her husband's clothes for his side chick. Did y'all hear what I just said? Kelly Steele, a pastor's wife, says God gave her the grace to iron her husband's clothes for his side chick. Instead of speaking down to her husband while he was away on weekends, out all night, and breaking their marriage vows, she chose to say, "You will love me, you will stop cheating on me, you will be faithful to me as your wife." Ma'am. Now, y'all know how I feel about men and cheating, but if you agree to not cheat on your wife, you shouldn't be cheating on her. And he definitely agreed to that, because Christians are not supposed to be cheating. This is like, yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. Apparently, she's just okay with that. We're gonna look in the comments for the video though. Oh shit! Hold on, guys. How do I? Damn. Uh, hold on. Oh man, this is bad. Let me see something. Sorry guys for the technical difficulties. Uh, my computer be acting slow sometimes, yo. Damn. So let's watch this video. This is her explaining herself.
Shift from that moment. I got in my word, under my word. I just completely changed as a person. And I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah. So he would call me out my name. It wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming.
So he would call me out of my name, as in like, he would probably be calling her a bitch and shit. And she would just be like, oh, that's fine. Yo, Christianity be effing women heads up, yo. That's not right, and he shouldn't be calling her that.
Home on the weekends, not being there, telling me I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you. Right. I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go meet his side chick by ironing his clothes and getting them ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this. But once I knew who I was, I realized, oh,
yeah, let's watch that again.
I had a radical heart shift from that moment. I got in my word, under my word. I just completely changed as a person. And I realized that God loves me, that God has a purpose and plan for my life, that God chose me, that I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Yeah. So he would call me out my name. It wouldn't bother me because I allowed God's voice to be louder than his. And when I was going through transition of him not coming home on the weekends, not being there, telling me I hate you, I'll never love you, I wish I never married you. Right. I knew that life and death is in the power of the tongue through the word of God. So I would say, you will love me one day. We will have a good marriage one day. And although he would go out for weekends, I would literally help him get ready to go meet his side chick by ironing his clothes and getting them ready for the night. And these are all things I was graced to do. I would not encourage anybody to do that unless you are graced by God to do this. But once I knew who I was, I realized, oh.
So apparently God graced her to iron his clothes so she can go meet his side chick. And she doesn't like, by the way, they're not agreeing on this. They didn't have an agreement yet. Yeah, babe, you can have side chicks. He's cheating on her in her face. And she's ironing his clothes for him because it's through the grace of God. Do y'all see what Christianity is doing to women? Like, I'll be honest with you. Like, we gotta let this go. Men and women, but especially women. Women, you should be letting Christianity go. If Christianity is making you iron your man's clothes so he can go meet up with his side chick, you gotta look at it like a scam. It gotta wake you up and say, hey, this is a scam. I'm being scammed. She's ironing his clothes so he can go meet up with his side chick. And she's saying it's through the grace of God that she's doing this. What is this? Like, this is disgusting. And he just sitting there nodding. Very disgusting, bro. Like, he should be ashamed of himself. He should be so ashamed of himself, bro. Like, this is why you gotta let go of religion. Like, these religions are a scam. I'm telling you, there are a fake version of actual spirituality. They are fake. They're made up rules, made up gods, made up everything to make you look dumb and stupid in front of millions of people. She's ironing his clothes so he can go meet up with his side chick. He's cheating on her in her face. I just want to show y'all that and show y'all how stupid Christianity, show y'all how stupid these religions can sometimes be. If somebody wants to be a Christian, I'm going to let them. But if your religion is telling you to iron your man's clothes so he can go meet up with his side chick, then it might be a scam. it might not be real, and it might just be all make-believe. You might be able to should be able to do a different spirituality, and maybe get rid of this guy and focus on yourself that's cheating on you in your face. But yeah, that's all I had to say. Very nasty. I hope you guys share the video, subscribe, all that good stuff. I think this was a good video. Probably one of my favorite episodes. This is a good video, yo. I really like this video. We got into a lot of topics, gave my opinion on a lot of stuff. To support me, please share the video, like it, subscribe. Definitely share it. Sharing is the best because it gets the content out there more. That's how you can support the podcast. But this is the Chicks Flicks podcast with Prince Dearlove. See you guys next time. And I'm reporting from planet Earth.